we just got back from D.C. and it seems like you know, a lot of folks are saying we have to have, you know, border security and internal security before we can have an ag worker program, and clearly, you know, now with the Congress, both the Senate and the House in control of the Republicans, the onus is really on them now to deliver you know, some kind of an immigration fix. Agriculture is dependent upon migrant workforce. As we've always said, the food that we produce and eat here, the variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, they're going to probably be grown and harvested by foreign hands. Is it going to be in this country or is it going to be in another country? We depend upon an immigrant workforce to come here, and many of them would like to go back. You know, we have, you know, kind of a trapped workforce that's here now. They've been here for so many years. They don't have that connectivity to their homeland. But we're going to need to think about a future workforce, and so an ag visa program that will allow folks to come into this country and go back and forth safely and freely across the border, a biometric identifier so that we know that they can't just go to the street corner and make up this new ID. But the Republicans have got to get over their bickering. They've got to get over their politics. I find it ironic the majority of us out here in rural California and rural America are Republicans, and yet we're the ones they're going to be dealt the biggest blow if the Republican Senate and the Republican House cannot come together and have a workable ag solution to our immigration problem, our labor problem.
Did anything happen with, they were discussing E-Verify?
We think it's going to be a clean bill for the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, the funding for Department of Homeland Security. They are talking about E-Verify. We're very glad to see that some of our Republican congressmen have laid down the line that no, you cannot have an E-Verify program without some kind of a legal workforce path so that people can get a legal workforce. We're not talking about a pathway to citizenship. We're just talking about legal documentation that they can get so that they don't have to be concerned about deportation, or those that are in Mexico now that want to work here and take jobs that our domestic workforce will not, you know, do, that they can come here and work and go home again. And so we think it's going to be a clean bill. They are pushing for E-Verify, mandatory E-Verify. Mandatory E-Verify without a workable and effective guest worker program. It would be a disaster for California agriculture, not to mention most of Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Florida, Texas, a lot of those coastal states that have a lot more of the seasonal fresh fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm. And it all affects us, it affects us all pretty much the same way.
It especially affects those folks that have seasonal perishable products. Certainly those of us that are in the nut industry, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, highly mechanized, once a year harvest, but those folks are at the whims of nature. When is your fruit going to be ripe? When is the processors ready for the fruit? You need large numbers of people in a short period of time. Those are the ones that are going to be the most affected. Those are going to be the ones on the front lines. And so those are the ones that really need that solution right now. It can't wait any longer. Otherwise, we're going to see a lot more of those commodities being grown in other countries under their growing criteria, not the ones we have here in California, which clearly are some of the strictest, best, safest food production guidelines that we have anywhere in the world. Yeah. So we need to fix this problem. We can't wait till the next election, and we know that we've just been in D.C. twice in the last 3 weeks, and we keep hearing everyone say we've got about a 6-month window to get it done, and then all eyes turn on the election in 2016 and don't expect much to get done because of politics. We need to get it done now.